I lost my own uncle to suicide in 1999, and his name was Stephen Brick. We knew him as Sparky, and it's been over 25 years since then. But in that time, the rate of suicide has only dramatically increased to the crisis that it is today of over 700,000 deaths annually worldwide. So today is Suicide Prevention Day and Suicide Prevention Week, and the focus is on changing the narrative on suicide. So if you're struggling or know anyone that is in the US, please call 988 for the Suicide Crisis Hotline. I'll put it here. It's a suicide crisis lifeline, really. Reach out, ask for help. You are not alone. Each suicide has far-reaching social, emotional, and economic consequences, and it deeply affects individuals and communities across the world. I can tell you from my own experience, suicide affects the people who survive it the most, as we carry this weighty burden of the people who have passed. Yet despite so many efforts to minimize rates, they've only sadly increased approximately 2% per year from 2006 to 2014. And now, right now, we are in a mental health crisis. The rising rates that are attributed to the national, overwhelming mental health crisis was started by the COVID-19 pandemic, as anxiety and depression have been on the rise and young people were disproportionately affected. A positive side, though, is that overall suicide rates is concerning. There are some encouraging signs that among much younger people, they found a decline in suicide attempts in adolescents and young adults. The suicide rates in the US are at record highs, with significant variations across states like Montana, Alaska, Wyoming, New Mexico, and North Dakota as the top. The data highlights show the need for continued efforts to address the nation's mental health crisis, particularly among vulnerable populations. So here are some top ideas for lowering these rates and saving people's lives. We want to reduce the access to means, the firearms, the drugs, and even pesticides. We want to improve access to mental health services and substance abuse treatments. We want to add more long-term palliative care for our oldest adults. And we want to improve financial support for housing insecure, something that we see daily in Santa Cruz and in California. Plus, we need to invest in new research strategies to lower the use of firearms, suffocation, and hangings as the primary causes. Sharing about it today raises more awareness about the importance of reducing stigma and encouraging open conversations to prevent suicides. We want to change the narrative on suicide, which is this year's theme, about transforming how we perceive this issue and shift from a culture of silence and stigma to one of openness, understanding, and support. So today, please start the conversation at any small level, no matter how small. It contributes to a supportive and understanding world. We need to break down barriers, raise awareness, and create better cultures of support. We also need to prioritize suicide prevention and mental health in our policy, calling on governments for new action, advocating for new policies that prioritize mental health, increase access to care, and provide support for those most in need. Again, if you are struggling, know someone that is in the US, please call 988 for the Suicide Crisis Lifeline. Reach out, ask for help. You are never alone. Thanks for listening, sharing, talking, and please do your best to care for those and others. Live well.